with Jane Wiedlin and, I hope I get this right, Pietro Straccia.
Yay!
Is that correct?
Perfetto.
I'm impressed.
Otherwise known as Elettrodomestico. How are you guys?
We're fantastic. Thank you.
People will recognize Jane from the wonderful Go-Go's and her solo career, but you guys have been doing your own thing here in the Bay Area for a couple of years.
Pietro did an album in my studio 4 or 5 years ago, and we became friends. And I really was a fan of his record, so I contacted him and said, do you want to write some songs together just for fun? So we just sort of started writing long distance, and Pietro was doing mostly music, I was doing mostly lyrics, so he was doing a lot of recording at home. We decided to do like finished recordings, so we went in the studio with our producer, Travis, and once we started doing that, we're like, shoot, we should just be a band. And so it all sort of happened super organically.
Okay. Yeah, when we met personally, then more songs were just coming out. We were supposed to record these 4 or 5 songs that we had written throughout the year. And then as soon as Jane came, the chemistry just was really strong, and we started writing more songs. And then we're like, well, we have almost an album.
Yeah.
We're like,
Yeah.
let's record an album.
Great that you did an album, because people still release albums anymore, but people don't particularly consume albums
No, they
anymore.
don't. No, and they don't pay for albums.
No,
for
they
sure.
don't. So you come from a world, certainly Jane, from the 80s where everybody bought records and then CDs. You were still there for the CDs. And then we went to, downloading, and we were still, but at least we were paying for MP3s, and now everything's basically free.
Everything's
So
free.
I know for bigger bands that are used to selling a lot of records, they just kind of transitioned that into, they just tour a lot more. But for
Exactly.
a smaller band, that's a lot more work, huh?
Yeah, especially because there's just the two of us, and so we're like the roadie and the tour manager and the guitar players and the singers and the
Booker.
it's a lot. Yeah, the booker and
We
the
do it,
manager
yeah.
and the agent and
Marketing.
It's kind of a lot of work, but we really believe in our music, so it's fun every time we play, and it's worth doing all the businessy crap.
Another sky-filled morning you could share with me.
One thing I've noticed, you put a lot of time and effort into your videos, and they're really good.
'Cause I have spent a lifetime.
As we were recording the music, we just had this idea of let's expand this art and make videos for this. It was an idea. We thought every song was important, so every song deserved also some visual work. So not necessarily just a single. Like, let's make one for every video. Yeah. That was a challenge that we just set ourselves. So we engaged some of our friends to help us out, and some of which had not ever most of which had never made a video before.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, they were artists in different fields, and we just said, why don't you give it a go? And in the past, I dreaded videos. They were so boring and stuff, but when you're doing it with friends and everyone's throwing in ideas, it's a whole nother way of working.
And I can't regret haste. I could never get to that place.
Every time we would decide on a video, we would go together with the artist and just a quick brainstorm on, like, let's say a theme or something. But then we wanted to let the artist also express their aesthetic. So that's why every video is so different.
Yeah.
It was an interpretation by that particular artist that had that kind of medium.
You'll have to forgive me because I forget the name, but there's one video that's not all that colorful, but it's kind of dark.
It's the black and white with our
and the
faces
wheelchairs
on
and the
top.
hospital.
Oh, that one.
That one.
Nightline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get your feet off the ground. Stick your head in the clouds.
So Pietro says of that video, he's never been so happy to be treated like a piece of meat. Because the video is like this crazy, weird thing where there's all these like women, and they're like murderous, and they're like kicking him around and beating him up, and then at the end he's like, "You're dead, right? Are you dead?"
You killed
Oh
me.
yeah, I kill him.
Yeah.
Like, I stab him.
Yeah.
There was like lots of fake blood. That was so fun.
Yeah. Speaking of back in the day, I know there's a musical about the Go-Go's called Head Over Heels.
Yeah.
That might be going to Broadway.
It is going to Broadway.
Wow.
Yeah, it opens July 26th.
That's so amazing.
Isn't it crazy?
Congratulations.
It's been in the works for 7 years. had lots of ups and downs.
Yeah.
There were times when it looked like it might just fall apart, and just somehow it just moved forward a
Yeah.
little bit at a time. And I mean, I couldn't be more thrilled with that show. I think it's absolutely fantastic. I mean, the music is good, right? Because I'm
Yeah.
used to the music, but it's all the other stuff that's like making me excited.
Yeah.
Like the costumes and the sets and the lights are so fabulous,
Yeah.
and the story is really fun. And
I can't wait to
it
see
has
it.
nothing to do with the Go-Go's, but it's a
Okay.
great story.
So it's not Jersey Boys.
No, no.
I was going to say it's more Mamma Mia, but it's not that
it's
either.
a story that's on its own, and for some reason, our songs fit into the story.
And you guys, the Go-Go's are going to play at the Fox. You got a few shows at the Hollywood Bowl.
3 nights.
Three
yeah.
nights, but then it's back to Elettrodomestico,
That's
right?
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, her main gig. you
Her
know,
main gig.
Back to humping gear.
Exactly. It must be weird though, actually,
It's
for
really
you
weird.
to go from one world
Yeah,
to another.
really nice hotels and people
Playing for
like
50,000 people to playing for 50.
12 people.
Well, as long as you're happy doing what you're doing,
I love
right?
it. I
That's
love
good.
it.